Hello guys, this is Raptormon 132 here, and welcome to my latest video. Just wanted to give you the latest update that if you noticed on my last video, you probably noticed that I had the video on the screen, right on the corner. Yeah, where you see it on the corner? Yep, I've actually got the new editing software to now do my blind reactions right here on YouTube. So now, no more daily motion. Yeah, so I thought I'd give you the info, and I hope you enjoyed it. And sorry about the editing if I was a little, because it's still new to me, so I'm just getting the hang of it. Anyway, that's enough for now. Anyway, the reason I am making this video is because I have got something to say. But before I say it, I got someone to show you. Recognize that pony? If you do, then if you know the analyst community, then she is very familiar. That is in fact the OC of Lightning Bliss. And why am I mentioning her? Well, I'll tell you. Recently, I don't know if you guys knew this, but right after I did my update video, my video that I did my update and season wrap-up of MLP, I actually did a dramatic reading. And after that, I've been sending messages to other reviewers, like Dr. Wolf, Brony Notion, Silver Quill, Scribbler, Abba Scribbler, or whatever she's called, and all of those. And Lightning Bliss here is one of them. And I sent a message saying that I had created these two videos to see if I was on the right track of doing Brony Analyst videos as well as dramatic readings, so as well as my other videos like blind reactions and other things too. So after that, I unexpectedly got a personal message straight from Lightning Bliss herself. So let's read it. Oh, and note that I've still got the sinus infection thing, so I'll minimize the coughing as much as I can, and I'll read the message that she sent to me. Okay, here it is. Hello, Mr. Raptormon 132. That's a long username. Anyway, I've looked over a bit of your two videos, and I believe you wanted my opinion about how you are doing. Well, while you are starting at a typical basis of becoming a reviewer or reader of fanfics, there are quite a few things I believe you could improve on, which I'll list below. Disclaimer, or brackets, disclaimer. This is merely constructive criticizing on my part. You do not have to listen to it. Well, I actually am. 1. Your OC has fallen to one of the worst color palettes known. And the fact that he's an alicorn makes you an even bigger target for those who hate alicorns and red and black OCs. But to combine both, which is considering the worst trait for an OC, is just too risky unless you fix the colors you have going. Never ever go for the solid red and black if you can help it. Since you are new, there's still a chance for you to update your colors to make a more gentle hue on the eyes. Try going for a gray color and a darker or lighter red color and see if that helps, but overall I'd change the color scheme altogether. Second, while you have an interesting voice, you tend to stay in the most singular tone, or in other words, it's monotone. You need to sound more realistic. to help keep the audience attention. If you can't exchange or exaggerate your vocals, then I suggest writing a script out and practice. Next one. It is boring to watch someone read a fanfiction or a fanfic without them displaying pictures and music. Just hearing one's voice isn't enough to keep the audience's attention. Try applying music and visuals to add in your conversation. Finally, as I cannot stress it enough, never use Pony Generator to create your OC. If you are serious about becoming a reviewer, you are going to have to pay a little for good quality for visuals, editing, and audio, and a Pony generated OC is for vectors is not good enough or good quality on, I'm afraid. It's stereotypical and boring to look at. It being a red and black only makes it worse. Try creating your own vectors yourself or hire an artist to make them for you. Again, these are only critics since I do love helping out others with their channels. I know you might be thinking, but Blissy, your OC is nearly solid white and has solid black on her mane and tail. Yes, she does. I broke a rule because of the light grey outlines, golden hooves, and even the rainbow highlights. Somehow managed to make this color scheme of mine work. This isn't always the case with other OCs though. So in other words, I just got lucky. Laugh out loud. I always recommend people to avoid making alicorn OCs too, as well as these solid color or solid color palettes, as well as those solid colored pellets because you take on the risk of getting hate rather than support. In fact, I still get hate about my OC. So all I'm trying to do is help you avoid most of it. Hope my advice helps should you wish to listen, and good luck to you on your channel. Lightning Bliss. Well, Lightning, I actually have to say this, that, first, for the the voice thing, the monotone voice, I'm not sure if you've actually or in case of none of you all know, I actually suffer from a disability. In fact, this disability I have, it's also a disability of another reviewer that you know too, Lightning. That's the one known as the autistic pony. Yep. I am actually someone who suffers from autism, and that's just my monotone voice does sound a little bit like that. You know, it's part of my disability. But I do try to avoid the monotone voice. But the funny thing is, like when I'm doing voices of characters, because my passion in life is to be an actor in live action and voiceover, when I'm doing voices, I don't tend to do that monotone thing, because I'm more focused on being the character rather than being myself. But when I'm talking as myself, I tend to speak in what many people say is monotone. But I try my best to not sound that way. In fact, like if I sound monotone right now, then I hope I sound like this now, because I can actually sound like that and hopefully not become monotone. Well, that's a start. So I'll bear that in mind. I'll try my best to make myself not be monotone. And Also, when you actually watched my dramatic reading, I'm not sure if you actually watched the whole thing, but I actually added sound effects. And like why I didn't add music and other pictures is because I didn't know what pictures to put in. I just wanted to make it like a solid picture, like because I've been looking at some fan fictions from Dr. Wolf and also Auto Scribbler, or whatever her name is, or Scribbler, I'll just say her name is. And I actually, the problem is, I try to limit myself to whatever I look at because, believe it or not, I'm actually a blind reactor to MLP, and whatever fan fictions I look at, I try I have to be really, really careful what I look at because I want to avoid spoilers. Although I have been spoiled with a few things which I will not mention, and and uh, and what I had to work with was earlier things of those two people, like Dr. Wolf and Scribbler, listening to their fan fictions because they had that kind of thing, like they had a still image and their voices. Well, Dr. Wolf had, but Auto Scribbler or Scribbler, she not only had a picture, but she also had um, sound effects in it as well as other voices. But I try to if you didn't actually listen to the entire dramatic reading, then you probably would have excuse me, you probably would have not have noticed the sound effects that I added in the video, because I added like unicorn magic sound effects, door opening sound effects, knocking, and there's even a sound of Rainbow Dash crying, and dentist drill, a filing cabinet, and shit sitting down on a chair, and the bells on the door. Well, I guess you know the picture. Excuse me. Anyway, also for the music, I didn't know what kind of music I wanted to do, because I didn't know what music would be appropriate in that kind of situation. So I just left it without sound, or without music. But I do plan to, like my next dramatic reading, I do plan to have music playing in it, because I actually found music that would actually be suitable for this fan fiction, and it's actually in my favorites, because that's why I saved it in my favorites earlier, some time ago, because I knew it was the right music for this dramatic reading that I planned, or this fan fiction I plan to do a dramatic reading of. Also, for the other thing, which is the color, like the OCs, or my OC, there is a reason why I have it red and black, and it's because of the way I design him. And in fact, I'll actually show you in another video, so I'll show you. You watch it and see. Alright guys, this is the video I want to show you. So now I'm going to show you guys, and if you're watching Lightning Bliss, I will show you how I create my OC. As you see, I'm onto DeviantArt, which is the Pony Generator or Pony Creator version 3. And I'll go onto Pony Code, and Pony Code I save on a notepad, Raid Raptor, copy, paste, create pony. And as you see, that's my OC. and I can increase him a little bit. Now, there is a reason why I actually have him red and black, and this is the reason. So I'll save background, go on to desktop, and I'll say OC demo. I'll save it as. And this is the result here. Now, when I do my OC, I'll show you what happens. So, go on to Paint, and increase the size, paste from, and that's the symbol that I put on him, the Raid Raptor crest. As you can see, it's quite big. So I bring it down here, increase the size, and now I cut it away, which I'll do from here. And then reshape it to the size I want, which is, I think, here. And as you see, it goes on like that. In fact, you can't note. See, guys, do you see why I have it? This is the reason why I have the my OC black and red. The reason I have in black and red is so that the cutie mark, or butt symbol as it was to me, is able to blend in with the body. Because as you see, the Raid Raptor crest is black and red. If I was to have it any other color, this is what would happen. So, say if I was going to change the color of my OC, which, if I remember correctly, now if I was going to change it, say, to say like this is probably a better color. Like, this is probably the color that's Lightning Bliss wants me to. This is the color that you want me to change my OC to, Lightning Bliss. Am I right? Like, say, that color. So I'll do it like this. Demo 2. Now I'll go back onto Paint, and I'll do the same thing. That's a little bit bigger. Paste from. This is the difference between the two. One's different cut gray. Now I'll show you what happens when I decide to put the symbol on him. Raid Raptor crest. Just here. As you see there's the crest. Same. Oop, it's a little too big. Cut it away like this. Same ordeal. And put it like that. So now do you see the difference, guys? If I was to change my OC to that color, the Raid Raptor crest would not be able to blend in. That's why I chose like a solid black, was so that it was because it was the only color to blend in with the like with the color of the character. And if I was to, like, that doesn't mean I can't change it, but that would just take a lot of effort to try and do. But like, because you all know, I'm not an artist and probably never will be. But this is the best I can do. And the other thing is, it would actually take, and if I was to recolor that, like that symbol, it would take me ages and ages to try and get the color to match exactly, which that can take for literally forever. So I don't know how I would be able to do that, because it would take me ages. Like I'd have to be relentless to try and get that on there. Although I actually want to reveal a truth, is that Raid Raptor, or Cosmo Flare as he's probably called in a backstory. Actually, I should tell you that his name is Raid Raptor, but in the backstory that I plan to do for him, his name in the backstory is Cosmos Flare. And he actually doesn't have the Raid Raptor crest as his flank symbol. He actually has a red and yellow gas giant planet as a cutie mark. But he actually does have a different, like, he actually has a brother. In fact, I want to say now that I actually created 2 OCs. I'll show you the second OC that I had in mind, which I'll show you up here. Go into Pony Code. This is the second OC that I originally had created. Okay, paste. That's my second OC. I'll just change his face a little bit. Don't want him to make him look angry. This is my second OC. His name is Southern Star, and you probably noticed that his coat and mane are actually based on Trixie. Yeah, the colors are based on Trixie, and his symbol is actually a star. In fact, I should let you know that his original name was intended to be North Star, named after a G1 character or a character from G1 of MLP. But unfortunately, that's already taken in the MLP universe, because there's a pony named North Star that's not seen. But so then I decided I had to change the name, so I changed it to Southern Star. So that was the original OC, but the reason I changed it to Raid Raptor was because I thought that it was better intended. And the reason I use Pony Maker is because, as you know, I'm not an artist. and I actually couldn't afford a like, the reason I don't hire an artist to design it for me or anything like that is because I actually can't afford it. Like, and how I can't afford it is I'll tell you in the other video. So, yeah, I'll tell you in the other video. Hang on. So guys, now you see why what I do behind the scenes of my videos. As you probably know, I actually do the videos with like with the pony maker. And even though Lightning Bliss, you say that that you highly recommend for me not to not to use the pony maker and hire an artist. Well, the problem is that that's easier said than done, because as you probably realize now, I'm not an artist and most likely never will be. And I actually can, and how you say I have to spend a little and for good quality and even hire an artist. Well, the problem is I can't. I can't afford it, because like, if you guys don't know, I'm actually unemployed. Like, I'm an unemployed I'm an unemployed person, like someone who's unemployed, and I actually survive on a fortnight, like a disability pension, which I get paid like $850 a fortnight. Like in America, like if it was America, that would be a lot, because everything in America is cheap. But here in Australia, it's barely enough. Like, it's barely enough for me to last for 2 weeks, because I use it to buy petrol for my car, rego, like medical insurance, and, well, I guess you know all the deal. But the thing is, like, the only way I could possibly ever afford one is if I took up a Patreon account, but a Patreon account right now would be absolutely useless. And the reason for that is because to open up a Patreon account, you have to have subscribers that are in their thousands. Because if you look at the others, like if you look at blind reactors, like Surfrog Finest or Nature's Fury, and if you look at those and if you look at members of the Brony community who have tons of subscribers, like Dr. Wolf, Silver Quill, Digibrony, or even you, Lightning Bliss, you have subscribers that they have subscribers in hundreds of thousands. Like Digibrony has about, last I heard, he had about over 100, like nearly 200,000 subscribers, and Silver Quill has about over 100,000, or 120 if you were counting. Yeah, like 120 if I remember, or 120,000. Like, and Dr. Wolf has about over 50,000. And you, Lightning Bliss, like, you've got like nearly 8,000 and still climbing. But as for me, I only got a measly 242. So getting a Patreon account to have people donate to me for every time I post a video, you could see that would be useless. And even if I did, I probably wouldn't get no more than, say, $20. $20 for every video. So compared to you and other reviewers, so I don't know what to do. But if you know anyone who's a talented artist who is very talented and can design and even animate and do it for free, then by all means contact me. I don't mean to sound cheap, but that's just me. And as for my OC, like you saw in the video, I cannot really change the color. Like the hair, I probably could, probably have two colors, like keep the red, but also have another shade of red, like a lighter or darker shade of red. And as for the color, I could probably make it a little bit brighter, like that gray that you saw in the video. But to make the cutie mark or butt symbol, as I call it, it would take a lot of hard work to recolor it. And it would take countless hours to try and get the color scheme right. But I guess I would have to. Although I did actually show you my second OC, which is Prince Southern Star. Originally, I didn't intend to really expose him to the world, but given the circumstances, I had no choice. Excuse me. However, I actually did have an idea for another OC, except it is not a pony. Because as you know, my name is Raptormon. And in case you guys don't know the origin of my story, the name Raptormon reprises from the old anime series known as Digimon. And Raptormon was the name of the Digimon I created when I was in high school. And after that, the username stuck with me. So I know now as Raptormon. And so I guess that's another idea, is that I could have a third OC, like a Velociraptor OC. But I don't know how to draw a cartoonish, I don't know how to draw Velociraptors or even draw them in the style of a Digimon, like Jap anime. I'm not, as you know, I'm not an artist. But I don't even know what he I don't even know what he looks like physically. Excuse me. Done. Bad cough. So the best way I can describe my Velociraptor character, Raptormon, is like this. So I'll actually describe him to you. My OC is a humanoid Velociraptor, or anthropomorphic if you want to call him. He's about 6 foot tall, has orangey red scaly skin with green stripes down his back and tail, has 4 feathers in the center of his head, like a headdress, and he fights with martial arts like a Z fighter from Dragon Ball Z. In fact, the series that my character originally came from was a Dragon Ball Z Digimon crossover. You know, sort of like a crossover fan fiction. So that's my original plan for that was my original plan for an OC, but I'm not that talented. I'm not skillful to do it. So now you guys know what my OC looks like. If you know anyone who can do that, can draw and all of that, you can tell me. Tell me, and show me what it looks like. And also I still plan to use the Pony OC, but maybe I might use my use not only Raid Raptor slash Cosmos Flare, but I'll also use Southern Star too. And I actually plan to do write some fan fiction myself. So it will probably be the origin story of the two alicorn princes and how they became, like their backstory of how they became alicorns and kind of what happens. Excuse me. So anyway, Lightning Bliss, if you're watching, this is my response video to you, and hopefully I wasn't too boring, and I'll try to keep your advice in mind, and who knows, maybe when I get enough subscribers and when I get popular enough, maybe some stage you and I might do a video together. Well, who knows? But I guess I'll just have to find out and see, because I don't know what the future has. But yeah. So guys, that's it for the video, and that's my response to you, Lightning Bliss. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my my Lightning Bliss response video, and hopefully I shall get onto other videos as soon as I can when I get the chance. But until then, as usual, thank you all for watching. This is Raptormon 132 saying bye bye everyone. Bye bye.